Like, what I don't understand, especially on TikTok this week, is I've seen like tens of thousands of black girls go online and say things, and it's like if you were to simply take out, replace white girl with any other race, everyone would be canceling these girls and it would be extremely racist, which by the way, it is. You're being racist towards white girls, but they'll literally be like, oh God, all these white influencers, they're gross Botox and filler, they're disgusting, they're mediocre, they don't deserve anything they have, like we're all better than them, blah, blah. And it's like, dude, if a, and by the way, no one says anything to them. Everyone's just like, yes, queen, like agreed. But it's so crazy. I'm like, imagine a white girl went on the internet and said that about black influencers. She would have everything taken away from her, and literally probably what I go through with, blank threats. But it's just kind of crazy, the double standard.
No, it's not. It's real. It's normal. It's natural. It's what we experience on a regular basis in society, and we validate the way that we then extend racism to other people. And then you know what we say? We say, well, no, we can't be racist because we can't, we don't have any power over other people. The way that we validate racism and the way that we operate around other people in society is insane. Honestly, it's really insane. And we think that we can get away with it because somehow, some way, the people that came before you, your grandfather's grandfather's grandfather, went through something, and so now that gives you permission to treat other people like shit. And that's basically how people that are black justify it. And no other group can get away with it. Even if you're Asian, even if you're Jewish, even if you're Mexican, if you're Hispanic, Latino, whatever you want to identify as, Indian, no other group can get away with it and the double standard for it. And then we change the terms and the definitions of words to validate our behavior. And so, for example, we can use an N word towards somebody, but if somebody uses an N word towards us, or better yet, I'll do you one better. We don't even have to get to the point to where somebody is using any weird word towards us. We can just not get the job, and then all of a sudden it's racist or you're discriminated against because of the color of your skin. And it's so weird because we raise our children to think that way. I have never raised my child to ever believe in any way, shape, or form, and my child has largely grown up in environments where she's seen everybody, right? So she's grown up environments where, it's black people, it's white people, and it's majority other people that are there. And so it's kind of a melting pot. And I did that to her purposely because I wanted her to understand that you're not better than nobody else, and you don't get an opportunity to use a level up or any of that stuff. You are going to be here by your attitude and how you leverage your femininity and whether or not you treat people well. And if somebody treats you bad, then it's not going to be because of your race, and even if you think so, they don't have any ability to control how you respond to it and all of that. And so we basically are passing down passes to validate bad behavior to the people that come after us. And what we have to realize is that even the people that come after us, if they grow up to be like that, then that means that they're basically taking on the sins of their fathers and their mothers, and you passing down generational trauma and curses onto them because you just basically letting them run in the victim Olympics. And this woman is absolutely right. The things that black girls can get away with, and black men for that matter, but let's just say where it is that she's at, and some of the wild things that they say, no other group of women will be able to get away with it and get a pass from it and come back from it. And you know what's worse is that not only can they say crazy stuff about other people, but let's just say, for example, they then go back and they say, well, I don't agree with somebody that look like them, then it's all hell. That's when hell breaks loose. And that's how you know that society is so backwards and we so caught up in race. It's sickening. It's genuinely sickening. I just came back from Afro Beats and we had a great time. Well, it wasn't Afro Beats, it's called Afro Nation. And I had a great time. And then I'm gonna go tomorrow and I'm gonna see Party Next Door and Lil Wayne and stuff like that. But it was white people there and it was all kind of different people there or whatever. And it was a good time and nobody did anything or nobody had any smoke for anybody. And that's the way that it should be. No matter what it is. And then right up the street, it was a country music at the Masonic Temple here in Detroit. It was a country concert. And then at Little Caesars Arena, it was Childish Gambino. Q, you should be here. Island Girl Q, that's your fault. You should be here. It was a great time. And then everybody, and if you go to the Childish Gambino concert, it's majority white people that was getting out of Little Caesars Arena. It was crazy. But what I found is that here in Detroit, in particular, not you always gonna have some bad actors here and there, but here in Detroit in particular, it's kind of a melting pot to where you got all kind of people living in downtown Detroit. I would say it's probably more white people living downtown than it is black people, even though this is a majority black city. And people just have a good time. It ain't about that race stuff. It ain't about all of that stuff. And it's sickening. It's tired. When I get around people that can't wait to use the race card, I just automatically just start going the other way. I just quietly figure out a way to make myself to the exit, pay my bill, and get the hell up out of there because I don't want to be in the space where people think that they could put somebody else down before it. And if you ever want to find some of the most racist people in America, and I know there's race and race relations and issues in all cultures, but what if you want to find a racist person, then go on Thanksgiving to one of these black households and see how they talk. It's some crazy rhetoric and it's disrespectful, and you see it even more pronounced during this election, right? When they have to do and gather people based off of race, when this whole Kamala Harris thing kicked off, for example, they had black women or Divine Nine or whatever it is that you wanted to do for Kamala Harris. And they had white women for Kamala Harris. What the fuck is that? How you gonna do that? Then it was black men and white men and whatever and all of this stuff. And it's like, what's wrong with y'all? Y'all don't see that all y'all doing is becoming even more divisive from your rhetoric, and I'm getting so many videos that people are sending to me. And so I'm definitely going to be linking back to the content creator just to make sure that I give credit, and make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. And Teach Hanley, 40% off your first order plus 20% for life. That's absolutely popping. But I'm getting videos from everywhere that's basically saying that people are bucking against the system and they tired. It get old. Like, I'm 42 years old, and I can't tell you, hearing it your whole life, hearing everybody running the Victim Olympics because the white man did it to you, even though you the one that robbed your own people, you the one that robbed the people in your own community, you the one that stole the tires off the people, but the white man made you do it. Man, listen, it's tired, it's old, and this Victim Olympics stuff, it gotta stop, it gotta die. And to be honest with you, this woman is absolutely right and she ain't missing. And so I'm curious as to what y'all think. Do y'all think that it's time to let this whole race narrative die, or do you still want to divide yourself against people that don't look like you for something that you can't even control if you was born that way? Let me know inside of the comments. I can't wait to read them. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna holler at y'all later. Voice is out because of Afro beats.